We all love the idea of updating our homes. There's just something that's really satisfying about giving our space a fresh new look. But you need to be careful because not all home renovations are worth your hard-earned cash. In fact, there are some renovations, believe it or not, that can actually decrease the value of your home. In 2019, it was reported that Canadians spent a staggering $50 billion, $50 billion at home improvement centers. And now with more and more people working from home, since then, the number of Canadians who are taking on home improvement projects has surged from 73% to a whopping 94%. Also, according to a RE/MAX survey, 31% of Canadian homeowners, they said that they are ready to spend between $10,000 and $50,000 on home renovations. Now, while these upgrades can definitely make your home more enjoyable, there is a downside. If you're not careful, you could end up pouring tens of thousands of dollars into projects that simply won't give you any return, especially if you're planning on selling soon. So, imagine spending all that money on renovations that don't boost your home's value, or even worse, make it harder to sell when you do put it on the market. And so in this video, I'm going to reveal 10 renovations that you are more than likely going to want to avoid. But before we get started, if you're new to this channel, my name is Glen Hopkins, and I create videos all about Canadian real estate and my local market of Surrey and White Rock, BC. So if that is something you're interested in, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel now, and that way you won't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Also, if you'd like my help either buying or selling a home here in the Surrey or White Rock area, there is a link in the description box below where you can schedule a call with me. And if you're anywhere else in Canada and you need a referral to a fantastic agent, don't worry, I've got you covered. I know amazing agents throughout the country that I can gladly connect you with. All right, let's get into it. Let's start off with the one that surprises a lot of people, and that is Overthetop Landscaping. And I'm talking about extravagant water features, intricate garden paths, or exotic plants that require a green thumb or a full-time gardener just to maintain. Now, don't get me wrong here, curb appeal is absolutely crucial. The first impression matters, and the exterior of your home is the first thing that a potential buyer is going to see. But going overboard can actually scare off buyers as well. The fact is, most people, they want a yard that they can enjoy without needing a degree in horticulture. So think about it this way. A simple, clean yard that's easy to maintain is going to appeal to a wide range of buyers. And it's like offering a blank canvas that people can actually envision making their own. On the other hand, a yard that looks like it belongs to a botanical garden, it can feel overwhelming. Buyers, they might see it as an additional burden rather than a selling point, especially if they don't have the time or the resources to maintain it. So instead of creating a botanical garden, aim for a low maintenance, attractive yard that enhances your home's natural beauty. Next up is HighEnd Kitchens. Everyone loves a beautiful kitchen, but here's the thing. Going too high-end can be a mistake. We're talking about, chef-grade appliances, custom cabinetry, or expensive imported tiles. The truth is, a kitchen renovation can add value. There's a ceiling to what buyers are willing to pay. So let's just imagine that you live in a neighborhood where the average home sells for, say, $900,000, and you decide to renovate your kitchen with top-of-the-line appliances and custom finishes, and you spend $100,000 in the process. If you're like most sellers, you do the math and you figure your home is now worth $100,000 more, and therefore it should be priced at $1 million. The problem is the vast majority of buyers in your area, they're just not going to be willing to pay that extra $100K for the fancy kitchen, especially if the rest of your home is more modest and all the other homes around the area are selling for $100K less. And so a better approach is to stick to updates that are stylish yet practical. So think about quartz countertops instead of marble countertops, or stainless steel appliances rather than the latest professional grade models, meaning it's more about functionality and a clean design than it is luxury. The goal here is to create a kitchen that is appealing but not intimidating. And just a side note real quick, if you're enjoying this video, do me a quick favor, would you hit that like button? It just takes a second, but it really helps me get the word out to other people just like you who might benefit from this information. All right, so number 3 is home office conversions. Now, with more and more people working from home, converting a bedroom into a home office, it might seem like a brilliant idea. After all, who doesn't want a dedicated workspace? But here's exactly where you need to be careful, because bedrooms are valuable and each one adds a significant value to your home, which means when you reduce the number of bedrooms, you could be limiting your pool of potential buyers. And that's because a family looking at your home might need that extra bedroom for their growing kids, or they might have frequent visitors or guests that need a place to stay. So when you turn a spare room into a full-blown office, you're effectively eliminating a bedroom from the count. And well, that can be a deal breaker for some buyers. Now, the next one up might be a little bit of a shocker, and that is adding a swimming pool. Swimming pools are often seen as a luxury, but in reality, pools can be a double-edged sword. You know, sure, they're great in the summer and they might make you the most popular house on the block for those hot July barbecues, but they're also very expensive to maintain and to insure. Plus, in Canada, oftentimes winters can dominate our years, and a pool, it might not get used as much as you think. And buyers, well, they might see it as more of a hassle than as a perk, especially if they have families with younger kids or those who don't really want to deal with that ongoing maintenance. And let's not forget about the safety concerns. You know, the fact is some buyers, they might shy away from a home with a pool just because they don't want to deal with the risks and the responsibilities that a pool brings. So if you're thinking about adding a pool purely to increase your home's value, you should think again, because you're going to be better off investing in upgrades and updates that are usable year-round, and that's going to appeal to a broader audience. Next up is extensive wallpaper and custom paint jobs. Now, custom paint jobs or intricate wallpaper might match, your taste perfectly, but here's the catch. They don't always match the taste of your potential buyers. The truth is, bold or unique designs can actually turn off a lot of people. So remember that when you're selling, you want to appeal to the broadest audience possible. And that means sticking to neutral colors and simple designs that make it easy for buyers to imagine themselves in your space. For example, let's say you love deep dramatic colors and you decide to paint your living room a rich navy blue. It looks incredible with your furniture and with your art, but then a buyer walks in and all they see is dark and an enclosed space, and it doesn't really feel inviting to them. The fact is they might not have the same design vision that you do, and they could see your paint job as a project that they're going to need to take on as soon as they move in, which might be enough to turn them off. So if you've got a thing for bright colors or funky patterns, save them for accent pieces or furniture and not your actual walls. You want to keep the bones of the house, like the walls and the floors, neutral and easy to update so that buyers can see it as a move-in ready space. Number 6 is garage conversions. Now, for many people, transforming your garage into additional living space, it might seem like a great idea and a way to add some additional square footage, but you want to tread carefully here because a lot of buyers expect a garage. Whether it's for parking, storage, or a workshop, these are seen as essential, especially in areas with harsh winters. A garage is a must-have for protecting your car from those elements and also as a place to provide extra storage. And losing that space can be a deal breaker for a lot of potential buyers, even if it means gaining another bedroom or a rec room. Next up is bathrooms. Like the kitchen, bathrooms are essential spaces, okay? But they don't need to be overly luxurious. High-end fixtures, custom vanities, or extravagant tiling, it can be a total waste of money. While buyers, they do appreciate a modern bathroom, they're unlikely to pay a premium for luxury features that don't add much value to their daily lives. So let's say, for example, you install a custom marble vanity with gold-plated fixtures in your master bathroom. Well, it's going to look incredible, but it costs you $15,000. When it comes time to sell, buyers might admire it, but they're not necessarily going to be willing to pay an additional $15,000 for that house just to have that bathroom. So instead, you want to focus on updating the older fixtures, improving lighting, and ensuring that the space is clean and functional. A modest, updated bathroom can be just as appealing as a high-end one, and it won't scare off the budget-conscious buyers. Now, in just a second, I'm going to share with you a home update that can lower the value of your home that might really surprise you. But before I do, let's go ahead and talk about do-it-yourself renovations. Studies reveal that 49% of Canadian homeowners, they prefer to carry out home renovations by themselves without any professional help. Now, I know that there are a lot of talented do-it-yourselfers out there, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't tackle on the odd project by yourself around the home, but when it comes to significant updates, especially those involving electrical, plumbing, or structural changes, it's best to leave that to the professionals. And I say that because poor workmanship can be a red flag for buyers. Even if you've done everything correctly, if it doesn't look professionally done, it can raise concerns about the quality and the safety of your work. And when that happens, buyers might start to wonder what other corners were cut and whether they're going to need to spend money fixing the things that you did down the road. So unless you're a licensed contractor or you have extensive experience, consider hiring a professional for those bigger jobs. It's going to cost you a little bit more up front, but it can save you a headache and it can also protect your home's value in the long run. Okay, so let's go back to bathrooms for just a minute. Currently, large walk-in showers, they're all the rage. And so you might be tempted to remove the home's bathtub in favor of a sleek modern shower. But hold on for just a second. Before you start tearing out that tub, I want you to consider your potential buyers and who they might be. Families with young children, for example, they often see a bathtub as an absolute must-have. So even if you prefer showers, removing the last bathtub in your house, it can be a deal breaker for a lot of buyers. So you always want to keep the potential buyer in your mind. So if you're thinking about removing a tub, make sure that there's at least one other tub in the house. And that way you can enjoy your shower without alienating a significant portion of the potential buyer pool. And speaking of the desires of your potential clients, we need to talk about wall-to-wall carpeting. Now, carpeting, it used to be all the rage, but today, many buyers prefer hardwood or laminate or other types of flooring options. And that's because they're easier to clean, they're more durable, and they're often considered more stylish nowadays. While wall-to-wall carpeting, it can feel a little bit dated. And it can also be a turnoff for people with allergies or pet owners, or for those who simply prefer the look of hard floors. So if you are thinking about updating your floors, consider going with a hard surface option. It's going to be a safer bet and it's going to appeal to a broader range of buyers, and it can even increase the perceived value of your home. And so now that you know what renovations can decrease the value of your home, be sure to stick around, check out some of the other videos here on the channel to discover the types of renovations that will increase the value of your home. You can also learn some effective staging techniques to attract top dollar for your home, and so much more. And of course, be sure to leave a comment below, share your thoughts, share your experiences, and if you have any questions, be sure to ask. I'm always happy to help however I can. Otherwise, I'm going to see you on the next video.